Alrighty, it's been a minute. Well, I'm here, the YouTube is back, and I'm wearing New Hope Club merch, which means one thing: they did something and I was there for it. Hey, what's up guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back. Long time no see, long time no video. Happens, my life's not that interesting. So, this is now part 2 of meeting New Hope Club story time. Parentheses. Clickbait. It's not clickbait, it's true. I did meet New Hope Club again. So, here we go. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. This is my concert experience, and yeah, here it is. So if I'm looking down, it's like I have a list of things that happened. Just to make sure I remember it. It was a long day, so I wanted to cover everything. So, basically, I went to see New Hope Club at the Fillmore in Philadelphia on July 24th. So this is like my 21st or something concert, like something like that. And I can like wholeheartedly say that like this was the best concert I've been to ever. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, it was a whole experience, and just like everything put together was kind of just like the best thing ever. So I figured I'd talk about it. The note is called The Best Night of My Life, which, I mean, like, fair, it was. So basically I got there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Listen, I really want a barricade. The closest I've ever been to was second row for Hoodie Allen, and I wanted barricade with everything that I am, so I got there early. So yeah, I got there at 10. There were like 3 people in front of me and then like their friends that came, so I was like 7th overall. But everyone in front of me was so nice, everyone around me was so nice. Got to make some friends. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so we all hung out, and it was just like really hot and sunny. It was like in the 80s and like just no clouds, so we were all like kind of dying and like trying to stay cool. So we were like across the street from where the line was. We like all put our stuff down in lines. We all had our place, and then like sat in the shade because we were all kind of just like hanging in a big group of people anyway. So outfit wise, I was wearing like a black shirt and ripped blue jeans. I took one whole picture of my outfit before I left, so if I can figure out how to put it in, here it is. But yeah, that outfit led to some sunburn. But it's okay, it's all good. So yeah, basically a lot of the day was just like waiting. I mean, we kind of all anticipated that, and like I knew that going in. So yeah, I brought a lot of snacks, brought a lot of water and Gatorade, and charged my phone, and yeah, that's pretty much like what we did. We just kind of like chatted about like our lives and like what we were up to and like all that kind of stuff. So like around like 2-ish, like a van pulls up, and we're like across the street, sitting in the shade, and like by across the street it was like really close, like a couple feet, like it was like a one-way street. So yeah, so we were waiting, and a van rolls up, and Tanner and Ben come out and let's start unloading their stuff, and we were like kind of, a group of us kind of like moved over to like where the actual line was to kind of like see. But Tanner was like, "They're not here yet, guys," in his accent, you know, can't do that. But yeah, he was like, "They're not here yet, guys," and I was like, "I'm here for you," and he started laughing and said, "Thanks. I mean, like, where's the lie? Where Tanner stands first and New Hope Club stands second." So yeah, so I thought like that was cool. Like an hour later, an Uber pulls up. We're all like sitting on the ground, and like an Uber pulls up, and we're like, "Wait a minute, is that George in the front?" So they like pull up to the front door of the venue, and then like I think George like pointed to go forward, kind of like farther away from us. So they tried to like go into like the side and the back. It was the 3 of them and Joe. We were like across the street, but like stayed far enough away from them, like we weren't like crowding them. So we're just like looking, and we're waving, and then They waved to us and they like went around the back. So we were like, okay. They went to like the stage door. That's fine. Wrong. Like 5-ish minutes later, we were again just like standing around in the shade. We were like, okay, they're in the venue now. And they walk around to the front door again. So they like circled the whole building trying to find the door and ended up going through the front door. Yeah, so like 5 o'clock was when VIP check-in started, so we went back into the line and like we're waiting. They ended up checking us in a little bit after 5, and then we were able to go into the venue at like 6-ish. We were going upstairs to the venue and like it was like weird in that the VIP setup was kind of funky. So we all like waited next to the barricade, like we were all like in our spot, and then Tanner came on the stage in front of us and he was basically just like, be respectful of each other and like slowly go over there and we'll figure it out. And we like said to him, we're like, we know the order of like who was here when, and there were like 100 people in the VIP. Like the front people knew who was there when, so we kind of just tried to organize at least like the front part where we were, because we knew who was around us and when, since we all got there at like 10 o'clock and like people in front of me were there at like 8 and 9. So like we kind of knew and had a general idea and like understanding and like respect for each other, like, hey, you were here before me, you can go first, and we all have our spots at the barricade now anyway, so it doesn't really matter who goes first. It should be based on who got here. We were waiting in line and they walked out and we were cheering, and then they started handing out the lanyards, which I have. So then they started handing out the lanyards, which, here we go, here it is. She looks great. So they started and it was Blake and then George and then Reese. So I started screen recording the whole thing, and newsflash, it stopped recording after George. So I didn't get meeting Reese on like recording, but like still got the pictures obviously and everything, so that was cool. But yeah, that kind of happened. So but yeah, so everyone in front of me goes and it ends up being my turn, and I had like, my hands were full. I had like presents for them and like things to like give and all that kind of stuff. So I basically, so like their presents, I got Blake a ring again. I got George a necklace that they were both from ASOS, and I got all of them like funky sunglasses and patches and stickers and pins and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought they really, it was all just stuff I thought was cool and thought that they would like. And I wrote in Blake's like bag, I gave him a letter to like all of them, but like put it in Blake's bag. And then in George's bag, I gave them a list of things to do in Philly. Oddly enough, I wasn't nervous this time. I think it was kind of just like, I knew this was happening and I had all day of like being out there and like seeing them already, that I was like, okay, cool. I'm just really excited. I'm not like freaking out and like, oh my god, I'm nervous type of thing. It might also be because I met them before. We don't know. Weird. I'm usually always anxious. So I went up to Blake and I said hi. I said like, sorry, my hands are full, and like give him a hug. And he was like, no problem, no worries. And I gave him, I was like, I have a present for you, here you go. And he was like, oh, thank you so much. I was like looking at everything, and that was cool. And then I set my stuff down on like this little like ottoman thing that was next to them, because it was like a bunch of couches and like at the hangout part of the venue, that's where the VIP was. So I put my stuff down, and like the screen recording was happening. It was like open on my phone, so you could like hear everything happening. I was like, I have a question. He was like, yeah. And I said, can you write out a tattoo for me? And he was like, yeah, sure, like what do you want it to say? And I told him, yeah. So I told him like, I like your hair, and without missing a beat. He was like, I don't. I was like, oh. He was smiling and laughing and everything, but like it didn't look bad, so I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, it was like you can barely like see it. It was just like tinted pink, so it was cool. So yeah, after that we took pictures, and the lighting was bad, so he was like, oh, the light, I could like tap the screen, and like took a bunch. And then I hugged him and he said enjoy the show, and I walked away and said thanks, and then went to George, and I was like, that took a long time. Like they were rushing VIP, and like me getting my tattoo, and I was like, kind of held up the line a little bit because people who were with Reese and George before me were long gone, so I was just chilling. So I went up to George and I was like, sorry I'm taking so long, and I handed him, I was like, I have a present for you, and I handed and told him like it was a list of things to do in Philly. He's like, oh cool, thank you so much. And he's like, should we take a picture? And I said yeah. And then we took pictures, and then I hugged him again. I hugged him before too, I don't know if I said that. So I hugged him again, and then went over to Reese and gave him the present. He looked at it and he was, I hugged him, gave him a present, and he looked at it and was like, oh thank you, this is cool. And then took my phone, we took pictures, and then I hugged him again and said thank you, and then was well on my way. So yeah, that was like the whole meeting them process. It was a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I was really like not as worried this time. I don't know if it was just because I met them before or whatever, but it was like the anticipation was like so much excitement rather than like, oh my god, like I'm worried about it. I don't know. It was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, we went back to our spots in Barricade and we were just like hanging out, and then this one girl that I met and we went to the bathroom, and VIP was like just finishing up. So by the time we were coming out of the bathroom, Blake was done like meeting everyone. We're talking to him from like not where he was standing, like on the platform. We were like a little bit away from it, and we were like, I started asking like, how was the concert last night? Like, cause they went to see the Rolling Stones, and he was telling me that he liked it, and I asked him if he like explored Philly, and he was like, yeah, we've been here a couple of times, so like we've got to like do some stuff and everything, and yeah, it was just like a lot of fun. So yeah, it was cool. The only thing I like screwed up and forgot, because I like had so much to like talk to Blake about specifically, was giving him the pictures that I drew of him. But it's okay, next time I guess. Yeah, it was cool though. Yeah, so we were like talking to him, and then we went back to our spot in like the pit, and we were gonna get like drinks and everything once VIP was over, and like the bar opened at like 7. I just turned 21, so we were hitting that up. Another girl and I went and got drinks, and they had a drink at the bar called the Love Again, so we got that as like little homage to New Hope Club. Obviously it was like their featured drink for the night because of them, so we were like, well now we gotta get it. So we got it, it was good, and then we went back for the opening acts, and they were cool. I didn't know any of their stuff before, and I didn't get a chance to look into it, but they were really good performers, and seemed like really nice people, so it was cool. The second performer, Meg, she like they were both like really good, but like her dancers were insane. I was like losing it. They were so cool. They came on around 9, and it was just so much fun. I was like right there. It was a great time. Just like the best time ever. They really are just like incredible performers, and I love seeing them live. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and I was like singing and having a great old time. So throughout the show I had like my phone, and I had this camera that I'm recording on, and then I had my Polaroid that I was like, maybe I'll take some pictures. I don't know, I've never brought a Polaroid to a concert before, so I was trying to do that, which was a lot to balance, but it was worth it because I was like taking pictures of them. I took a couple pictures of Blake. Reese was like staying on his side, so I didn't really get a lot of pictures of him. I don't think I said this. I was like in front of George. Like that's where my barricade spot was. It was like right in front of George, a little bit to like in between him and Blake, but like mostly in front of George. I didn't really say that, I don't think. Happens. So yeah, I was taking a bunch of pictures of Blake. How on brand of me. Once I was like alternating between cameras and everything, and I went to my Polaroid and took a picture of George like right in front of me after he like sang a line in the song. I don't remember what song it was, and it like the flash obviously goes off when you take a Polaroid, and it like, I'm assuming blinded him. I don't think he wasn't expecting it, so he was like, he started like blinking and like shaking his head and laughing, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he laughed. Then they like stopped in between songs to like talk, and it was like the point where they do the whole like, you guys say new, you guys say hope, you guys say club, we're gonna record it, that whole thing. It was right before that, and I think it was at least, and George was like in front of me, and I was like, do you want to take a picture, handing him my Polaroid, and he was like, he took it, and he was like, what do I press, and I showed him the button. He was like, do you want it of like the crowd or of like me, and I was like, whatever you want. And so he went to go take it as like a selfie with like me and like the people around me in the background, and he covered the flash. So it ended up being, I don't know if you can see it, this beautiful picture of nothing. But it was okay. He was like, oh, I didn't know there was a flash. I was like, it's fine. And then Blake is like trying to talk to the crowd, and he sees George like doing this, and he's like, what is that? And George is like, it's one of those like Instax cameras, and they're like, should we take a selfie? So the three of them went in the middle of the stage, took a selfie on my Polaroid, and yeah, it was cool. I was not expecting this to happen. I didn't even expect any of them to like take it, and then George went and like did that and was like, do you want to take it? Let's take a selfie. So the three of them got in a picture, which I have right here. I'll put in a better picture of it now. But yeah, so they took this Polaroid, and I was shocked that all three of them actually got in frame, to be honest. Like, I wasn't expecting, like, it was a pretty good picture. So yeah, they took that Polaroid, and then Blake said something to me. I don't remember, as George was handing me back the camera, he said something to me about like, I don't even remember, and it makes me mad because the one video someone sent me of it, I can't tell what Blake is saying because he said it to me and not into the microphone, and I cannot remember for the life of me. I was very overwhelmed in this moment. Yeah, he handed me the camera back and was like, let's see how that turns out. I don't think he was expecting it to turn out that well. Listen, you did great. And then Reese said, hang that up on your wall or something like that, and I was like, hell yeah. So yeah, they did that, and then proceeded to like, then like the concert kept going on. Before, I want to say around Fixed, somewhere around there in the set list, it was before their encore, I was like not expecting this to happen, and George stuck his hand out with his pick and put it in my hand before, like, and made sure that, like, he put it in my hand and made sure that it was like in my hand before he like pulled away, and people were like trying to grab it, I guess. I don't know. So your girl got a pic from George. It was cool. I wasn't expecting that at all. But yeah, so that happened. That is like the first time I've ever gotten something from a concert like that. They played the encore, and it was so good. They were so good live. It was truly, like, honest to God, one of the best days ever. Like, yeah, I can't even like formulate how good it was. It was just like one of the best days ever. So yeah, that happened, and yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, I bought this merch. Hell yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's on their website. I've been meaning to buy it for a while, and they had it there, so in between VIP and like the show, I got that. But yeah, so that was just such a good day. But yeah, so that happened. What a time. Would recommend. Over, like, I was gonna say it's like a 10 out of 10, but it's like truthfully like 100 out of 10, if not like 1,000. I hope you liked it, and yeah. So make sure you like and subscribe. Clearly I'm a consistent YouTuber. yeah, if you have like any questions or like any comments or cool stuff you want to like share your experiences with New Hope Club or like any kind of artists on tour, I love hearing about stuff like that. Leave it in the comments. I would love to hear that kind of stuff. Hopefully I'll have another video out sooner than this. I got my roommate, this is a spoiler, my next video will probably be the video of me surprising my roommate with Loud tickets for her birthday. I got them a couple months ago, but never edited it, / I was gonna just keep it and be like, okay, when we go to the concert, I'll just do that. So that's in like 2 months. Maybe I'll record when I see Hoodie Allen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or your night or whatever. Cool. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye. Oh, also, I have a bone to pick. The tiger feet joke before Tiger Feet, that was a joke, wasn't it? I don't want to spoil it because like I can guarantee you that they say this every single time they go on stage before the show. Basically, the lead up to Tiger Feet playing, I appreciate a good bad joke. A good bad joke. I appreciate a bad pun. How about that? But that was something. So, no, listen. If you need help writing puns, like, let me know. It's my specialty. It's on my resume. Top thing. Pun connoisseur. So, like, hit me up, New Hope Club. Also, Tanner, I love you. What's good?